Today's horoscope, Libra June 11, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. Today's transits are good for troubleshooting and edits, but not fabulous for fresh starts or clarity. There can be misunderstandings or poor timing that make relating to one another a little strained. Do your part by resolving not to take things too personally if things are slightly off. Personal problems may interfere with business joy. CES or communications with the outside world. Be careful about what you communicate, especially professionally, as your words hold much more weight than usual. Career matters are a little complicated. The tendency may be to feel drained of energy or enthusiasm, which is temporary and possibly serves as a reminder to take a break or get extra rest. Doing so may help restore your vision, or you could find a new source of inspiration. As the day advances, we head to a full moon in your communication sector, and it has a way of stirring up feelings and making situations feel larger than life. Discoveries related to ideas, learning, communications, transportation, and relatives can motivate you to make changes and improvements, particularly if you've been living with subpar conditions or problem areas for some time. However, take your time digesting new information. Rocky weather is afoot. This is because your planetary ruler, our sweet goddess, Venus, is in a sharp square with powerhouse Pluto as a carryover from yesterday. This ensures that tense moods and temperaments will be lurking in the shadows, ready to unleash upon those around you. If you are feeling triggered and fired up today, do your best to ground this energy. Relax. Breathe it out. Try to channel it into healthy, productive means rather than murky behavior. Even very rocky cosmic weather can be used in healthy ways to aid our personal development and align with our highest selves. Don't be surprised if you feel unusually reserved and quiet. Luckily, your colleagues view your subdued demeanor as modest, even gracious. Let them. You know what's really going on. For a creature who enjoys the light, today's aspect at play presents you with a variety of options for shedding and spreading a little. If you have had misunderstandings with those you love, this may be the day you can finally see that person's point of view. Similarly, if you've been feeling misunderstood, this is a good day to communicate your feelings. If you have a lover, maybe you should leave the light on, when normally you would turn it off. Have a little fun with this one. Once again, a new cycle begins on this day. This brings the promise of hope, as fresh beginnings can renew your outlook on the future. This can be especially helpful if times have seemed very hard lately. Always keep this in mind. While endings can hurt and prove challenging and the opportunity to try once more on the horizon, let the energy of this day bring you strength and optimism. Thanks to Mercury's return to your career sector yesterday, as Jupiter returns today to begin your biggest year for professional growth and expansion in over a decade, it is with your head in the game from the start. While the moon will leave your income sector just before Jupiter returns, its friendly aspect to the North Node in your work sector yesterday is also giving you a sharp nose for money and a sense of direction on the job front from the start. Meanwhile, the moon returns to your communications sector to begin the lead up to a full moon at what is already a powerful time for friendship and relationship building. The moon not only returns for its first visit to your communications sector since Saturn returned to your relationship sector today, but to begin the lead up to a full moon that is going to give the communication lines a serious boost. As a full moon, this can push through communication roadblocks and barriers, whether real or imagined in that an ordinary monthly visit can. The moon's friendly aspect to 3 of the 5 planets in your relationship sector will see your relationships benefit from the start. Daily planetary overview. Now is the time to put diplomacy into action. Use tact to solve arguments and flexibility to add to or create domestic bliss. There is barely a selfish note in this "can't we all just get along" moon position, so be sure to take advantage of its peace-seeking nature and heal as many broken bonds as possible. It's time to get serious about improving the world and sticking with the changes we've said we'd continue. By releasing the past and moving forward, we're expelling all the negativity and moving toward a better emotional place for many years to come. In the morning, the Libra moon trines Saturn in Aquarius, offering us patience and resolve. This is a good time to seek the advice of elders, as they can reframe issues we are struggling with and help us to see our problems in a new light. We realize we have become stuck in our ways out of a fear of not being desirable to others. Placing too much of our self-esteem in the hands of outside parties creates difficulties in decision-making. Yet, at this time, we reconnect to our own source of inner authority. We recognize that it benefits no one to sacrifice our personal satisfaction. Late in the morning, the moon squares Pluto in Capricorn, provoking ego conflicts. In standing up for ourselves, we upset existing power dynamics which have thrived by us staying small and keeping the peace. While there might not be an easy resolution at this time, we gain invaluable awareness of how our kindness might be being exploited. Secrets could be revealed, causing us to question where our loyalties lie. The moon then begins its votive course, encouraging us to keep a keen eye on how others are speaking and acting towards us. Above all else, we are aware of the fleeting nature of time, and seek to use our energy deliberately to make a lasting impact on the world. This is a good lunar period for practical work that benefits from a slow and steady approach. We should, however, be cautioned not to identify so closely with our professional aims that we lose sight of our overall happiness. Beware depressing and negative self-talk or falling victim to the trap that your worth hinges on your productivity. Smart Mercury has been steadily moving forward in grounded Taurus lately, and its Earth trine to Pluto and career-boosting Saturn today can be just the push you need to step up to the plate and make things happen. Your job, or anything having to do with major responsibilities, including family and education, is at the forefront of this cosmic interaction, encouraging you to grab the lead and take the steps necessary to advance to the next level. If you're in a leadership role where it's up to you to make major decisions, be sure to consider all of the options, including the ones that are good for the group and not just your own personal success. Details are just as important as the overall picture. Your brain power is impressive during this masterful trine, but remember that asking for ADV or favors from people who are in key positions to help you isn't a sign of weakness. Quite the opposite, in fact. Mid-afternoon, Venus aligns with Uranus in Taurus, offering surprises in love and money. Although both planets are gliding through stable Taurian terrain, Uranus shakes us out of complacency and suggests we examine matters of the heart in evolutionary language. How are our relationships serving to develop our consciousness? If we are not lit up in love, we might now look for excitement elsewhere. Alternatively, we might be on the receiving end of another's sudden desire for change. This can be an influence for breakups, but not if a partnership is on solid footing. A union that begins under this influence may not last long, but we can learn a great deal from the engagement. Since Venus also rules money, we might also make risky investments at this time. The potential for both gains and losses is inherent in this transit, so only gamble with resources that you can afford to lose. In the evening, the Scorpio moon opposes Uranus, making us impulsive. A battle between intuition and instinct prompts us to grab for power. However, Uranus' influence prevents us from getting a firm grip, causing us to feel impotent. The more we try to assert dominance, the more the universe affirms that we are not in the driver's seat. Psychological revelations occur which are hard to process in the immediate. It may be some time before we can give proper context to our emotions, we will be better for this confrontation.